Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek-A-Day. Today we're wishing a happy Trek birthday to Dwight Schultz, born November 24th, 1947, known to Star Trek fans as Reginald Barclay. Barclay on TNG, I've always found in discussions with people to be a bit of a divisive character. Some people really enjoyed him. I myself am in that camp. Some people found him to be a little annoying, and I can understand that. But I loved what they did with that character because in TNG in particular, and the way that Dwight played him, I think for me made him work and made him seem realistic and not obnoxious in any form. I enjoyed him. In TNG, it's always been pointed out the very polite, structured, almost perfectionist nature of the portrayal of a lot of the characters. They are very much people to aspire to be, but there was for some people, a sense of not quite as much gritty realism in some of the characters in TNG. They were too perfect in a way. That's something my wife and I have talked about a lot too, and the differences between TNG and the general feel and the vibe of it versus something like Deep Space Nine. And I always loved, growing up with TNG, seeing that ideal, that sort of perfectionist, to be something to aspire towards. But I do like the inclusion of moments in there that show people that are not quite that. And I think the greatest example would be Barclay and the betrayal that Dwight Schultz put through and made that character work and not seem, to me, too goofy, not seem out of bounds or unrealistic. It really was, I think, a representation of someone who was working their way through the system, making their way into Starfleet because they were of a genius level intelligence. They were very capable and had great potential, but were held back by different issues and nervousness and social awkwardness. And I liked seeing him, an example of someone combating those feelings and still being able to perform in a professional environment and be successful. I thought it was an interesting portrayal of that character, and it was an interesting choice then to use him as one of the elements in Voyager then to help bring Voyager home. I always thought that was an interesting thing. So, a very happy birthday to Dwight Schultz. I thought did a fantastic job with that character in terms of Star Trek, and someone who, of course, will also be known for shows like The A-Team, so an all-around versatile actor.